I get it, Stan. So do you think some of the struggles that you went through, some of the storms, I guess, made you stronger because...
For sure. So the question was about...
How did you use the storm to propel you?
So the name of my company is Refuse to Lose. And my motto is inspire the world to make adversity their advantage. Because I believe when you get knocked down and you get tested, you wake up something in your spirit that lies dormant in other people. See, nobody else can tell me the strength it takes to get out of my home. Nobody else can tell me what it's like not to have a father say I love you or a mother say I love you. That's planted something in me that helps me be able to add more value to the world. The fact that I'm not supposed to be, my county is Guilford County, North Carolina. I wasn't supposed to get out of my county. I wasn't supposed to get out of that county. 60, 70 foster kids in my home, 4 men, sexually abused. And FYI, I'm also black. Are you serious? I'm not supposed to get out of that county. My story's supposed to be so different. So how? I had a dream. I got focused on something that was bigger. Get focused on something bigger than what's happening in your current world. I owned my unique skills. At the time, all I think I could do was play basketball. I did it. I owned it. My one-of-one that was going to be better than anybody else I ever came in contact with. I had a great attitude. I expected great things to happen. I was always a positive kid. Always trying to inspire people. This isn't new. I've been doing this since I was a young person. I respected my process. I don't complain. I don't complain. I don't complain about watching one of my friends get murdered, my friend committing suicide, being depressed in college. My mom just died 3 years ago. I'm not complaining. I lost my grandmother to lung cancer. I was held up at gunpoint. I'm not complaining. I'm winning. I'm a doer. Stop complaining. The world doesn't feel sorry for you. And that's just facts. If they did, we'd hear more about other crises going on in the world. We'd hear more about it more often. We don't. Everybody's got to live their life. So I don't complain. And then I share with others. I give back. Because this is where I feel best. Trying to help someone else get there. That's it. I'm a doer. That's how I make adversity my advantage. And I do believe it's my advantage. Because I know you ain't been through what I've been through. And we ended up at the same place. Question? What's your name? Alyssa? You said what? Speaking? So I started my career in June 2017 as a full-time speaker. But I've been speaking because I was a point guard on my team. I've been a coach since I was 19. I've been a head coach for the last 8 years. So I've been speaking. It's always been part of my job or my life in sport. But now I've decided to cut the sport out and speak full time. So I could connect with different people. Because if I was coaching my team over at UNC Wilmington, we'd have never met. I'd have been too busy. I don't want to be too busy to come to Swinney High School. I want to be right in front of people who need the message. 2017. Any other questions? Good questions, Alyssa. What you got? What's your name? Jaden. Jaden? What's your question? I majored in sociology. What'd you say? I said that's what I thought. You thought so? Sociology is the study of human behavior within society. Psychology is the study of human behavior within the brain. Sociology studies their social environments, so where you came from, the home you grew up in, the city, your grandparents, your parents, all that stuff. Good question. What you got? What's your name?
Courtney.
Courtney. What you got, Courtney?
How do you like find what you're good at?
How do you find what you're good at? That's a great question, Courtney. Because sometimes it takes people a long time to figure it out. I think you got to try stuff. Right? Like if you feel it, like I want to try out for that. How many times you felt something like I want to try that and then you don't? Because you're afraid. Yeah. Because you're afraid or you don't want to fail. But you got to try things. You got to try the dance. You got to try to sing. You got to try the arts. You got to try this. You got to try things to find out. Ooh, this is what I like right here. This is what makes me feel great. But while you're trying stuff, get a simple goal. I'm gonna make my mom proud. I'm gonna make my family proud. Get a simple goal, because that'll keep you focused. Good question. I was fortunate. I found it early. But part of it was because basketball was therapy, because I had to get out of my house. What's your name? Charlie? What you got, Charlie? Oh, I can't hear you, Charlie.
Who did you look up to growing up? Who did you look up to?
Who did I look up to? My older brother was the first hero in my life. He was 4 years older than me. He was real cool. Everybody liked him. He was the man, and I was his little sister. And that's the best title anybody could ever give me, Jamel's little sister. So that was my first role model. And then after that, my coaches, my first coach, that's the only reason I started coaching, because I wanted to make people feel the way he made me feel. He made me feel like I was the best human being ever. And I thought, man, if I could make other people feel that way, I'll never lose a game. But I was wrong. I lost a lot of games. But he was an incredible role model. You need models. That's a great point. You need models. You need to surround yourself with people who are also on assignment. And they don't have to be on the same journey as you, but they got to be going somewhere. They got to be doers. If you find yourself hanging with people who don't have a mission, you will become more like them. It's just natural. 5 people are hanging around each other. 4 of them don't have any money and don't wish to have any. The 5th person is going to be that way too. 5 people, 4 of them are extremely wealthy. The 5th person is going to figure out how to become wealthy too. Just access to the information. Conditioned. We're all computer systems. You just downloaded information. So whatever you're watching on your TV, whatever you're reading, whatever you're texting, whatever you're listening to with your little friends, all that language, all that energy is who you're becoming. So just drown yourself in the right stuff, and you will not lose. Good question there. What's your name? What is it? Fatima. That's a dancer. Go ahead. Do you dance? No? Not yet? Okay. What you got, Fatima? Oh, that's a scary question. Fatima asked, if I did not have basketball, what do I think I would be? I would have gotten pregnant in high school. I mean, it sounds funny, but I grew up in a home, sexual abuse was everywhere. Foster kids in my house. 3 girls were pregnant during that time by boys that lived in the house. It was not a safe environment. If I was in it, just like being around, what you're around, you become. If I was in that, I wouldn't have made it out of my county. Basketball saved my life. It's how God balanced the scales. He gave me something. People, love. I didn't know that I was going to play basketball. I just happened to play it because my older brother was playing. So I don't know. But I think you get something. Even if it's just this message. So you can decide, she came in here, I don't know what she was talking about, whatever. Or you can decide, that might have been for me. That might have been how somebody's trying to help just push me forward a little bit. That's what basketball did for me. It just pushed me forward a little bit so I could grow legs on my own. And now I don't need basketball anymore, Fatima. I'm strong by myself. Took a while though. What you got? What's your name? Say it again. Kiana. Kiana? What you got, Kiana? What? My brother? She said, where's my brother? My brother's in California. He lives in Los Angeles. He went all the way across the country to get away from me. I'm kidding. He did go across the country to pursue a music career. So he's been in California for the last 12 years. Got questions over here? What's your name? Kayla? Always. Kayla asked if I ever wanted to quit. Always, Kayla. Always, always, always. That is a normal feeling. Doubt, fear, I'm not good enough, how? And it will always be there. You know, you may have it where you are now, but then you'll get to high school and you'll accomplish that thing and you'll be like, oh, I don't want to quit. And then you'll get to something else and it'll always be there, but you just got to go anyway. You just gotta go anyway, always. Now, Kayla, I just started my own business. I quit something I was doing for all my life to talk to people. You know how crazy people thought I was? So hold on, you're gonna quit your job. You're gonna quit your job, and you're gonna go talk to people? What are you gonna talk to them about? Who's gonna pay you? How are you gonna pay your bills? I don't know, but something inside of me knows. And I'm just gonna follow that thing inside of me. So often, that feeling is common, Kayla. But don't let it win. Just keep going. If it feels right, call me if you wanna quit. Call me. And if I wanna quit, I'm calling you. What's your name?
Cameron.
Cameron? What you got, Cameron?
So like, what advice would you give to another athlete that feels like they are going to quit, but like aren't really sure?
An athlete? Well, I would probably ask a lot of questions, like, is it an important thing to you? If it really is important, then why do you want to quit? Maybe you want to quit because it's challenging right now. Things aren't going my way. I'm afraid to fail in front of people. I don't know what the reason is, so I would probably start asking some questions. If the person really, really wanted to do it, but just was operating out of a sense of fear, I'm afraid to fail in front of people, things aren't going my way, it's too hard right now, then I would say just take one more step. Just take the next right step, but always have a great attitude. That's what I would say. I would ask more questions. Sometimes it ain't for you. Like if you made me go to science camp this summer, I would cry every day. And I would want to quit, because I'm not that. What's your name?
Bailey.
Bailey?
What was your first thought when you completely cut out basketball from your life?
She said, what was my first thought when I cut out basketball from my life? You know, I had about 2 years of kind of separating from basketball. It took a while, it wasn't like right away. It was too challenging all of a sudden. It was beating me. And this isn't something that's ever beat me. This is something I've done the best thing. I thought I would coach basketball forever. Like if you would have asked me 10 years ago, I'd be like, I'd be coaching basketball on a piece of ice in Alaska, Bailey. What are you talking about? But I grew and I evolved. I had something happen in my life. My mother passed away and I was the primary caregiver, so I had to watch her die. 2.5 years. She left. And I thought like, maybe I'm feeling this way because I'm going through this other thing. And then when she passed away, I thought I'm just gonna jump back into basketball and it's gonna be, and it just wasn't. And maybe I got to a point where I could share my truth and my story with the rest of the world and I didn't need basketball anymore. So I had to listen to that part of myself. That creed that I say, I live in constant and never-ending improvement. I had to listen to myself when it's time to improve. And it was time. I think I'm standing right where I need to be. It's Swinney High School. Talk